Oh, there's gotta be someone in ATC. There's someone that can't help themselves. And there was someone in ATC, as expected. Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. Usually I do loot route guides and walkthroughs, but today I'm going to walk you through a PvP situation in DayZ that I got into a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to break it down. I'm going to tell you my thought process, I'm going to explain some of the decisions that I make, why I do certain things, and how I handle the pressure in situations. If you've ever PvP'd in DayZ, you know that it can be very heart-racing and intense, and if you don't make the right decisions in the moment, it can lead to your ultimate demise. So the plan for today is to walk you through my thought process in certain situations, and obviously I'll do more than just this situation today. I will do multiple videos, and in the end, hopefully it helps you become a better PvPer. You can learn from my mistakes and my successes. So let's jump into it. So, for some context, I'm playing with Doc and E. We were playing on 1.23 experimental. We're coming from the north side of the airfield, pushing down because we heard shots in this area, and we approach ATC. And as we approach ATC... oh, aggro outside, aggro outside.
Aggro.
Yep. There's zombie aggro, which tells us that the doors are all closed, but there's someone inside that alerted the zombie. When you see a zombie that's running around freaking out like that, its elbows will be up, like kind of hunched behind its back. It's in a hunched over position. That will tell you that that zombie has been aggroed recently and is pissed off. Use the zombies to identify what's going on in the area. If I see elbows up zombie, whether they're freaking out or they're just kind of in place, if they're walking, and then they stop and they put their elbows up, that means they were recently aggroed. So in this case, we see a zombie running around the outside of the ATC building. This is where we just heard shots from. Someone probably pushed inside. And after alerting that zombie with their shots or their movement, whatever it was, we see the zombie running around. It's alerted. We know somebody's inside. So what do we do next? Outside of ATC, I ran around the other side.
Pushing right side.
Doc and I both have rifles, and we're kind of hanging back, looking over things before we push up. Then Doc proceeds to push up to help out E. So the question becomes, where are they? How do we identify where they are? And the first thing you can do is get up close and listen for movement, so you can kind of pinpoint, like, they might be second story, third story, whatever. And I also hang back to watch the windows. That allows us to get a kind of general feel for what's going on here, and in this case they don't move, so we don't know. And once they push inside and I know it's sort of safe, I also communicate that I will push as well.
Both doors open.
This is my steps outside. Okay. Me opening.
Wait a sec. Yeah.
So I'm approaching, I'm entering, I communicate that so they don't shoot me as I run in. And something we always do when we get into ATC, we watch doorways, hold angles, and we listen. You listen more, because when you're inside, you can hear a little bit differently than you can from the outside. I cut a little bit here. We don't hear anything. They're not making any movements. So what we decide to do is we push. Doc goes first. E follows, and then I come in after, because again, I have the worst of the ballistic protection. Doc's clearing the entry to the stairway. Doc communicates he closed the door.
Oh, I hate that.
I do too.
And Doc says, oh, I hate that, because pushing the ATC is really hard. You can easily look downstairs. There's a couple different, rooms and doorways people can sit in, and it's a really, really tough push. So I'm communicating door close. Me closing.
That's something on the next floor. Zombie, maybe?
Doc is just clearing the first bit. We're kind of staggered, and in this case, as you'll see in a minute, it's good to be staggered in case something happens suddenly. If you're all bunched together, there's a couple things that can happen. One, you're really easy to mow down. Someone just has, an AK drum mag or M4, 60 round, whatever, can just easily mow you down if you're all on the same path. It's going to block, line of sight for firing back as well. And in this case, let's roll the tape and see what happens.
Grenade!
We get a grenade. So if we were all bunched together, Doc could have easily got screwed by that grenade, because as you saw, he narrowly escapes the explosion. But being staggered in this situation really helped us, because we could have easily all died to the grenade if we were all stuck together.
Jesus.
Okay, good. He's dead.
He's dead? So there's a bit of a miscue here. Doc thinks that the guy blew himself up, but I think what he sees, if you remember, like 15, 20 seconds earlier in the clip, E says she sees something dead upstairs, and I think that's what Doc's seeing. This is just, grenade goes up, he's firing shots. This is when your heart starts racing a little bit more, and you don't, you maybe forget things that were just said, or, there's just a little miscue. So he thinks that the guy that threw the grenade is dead, but he's not. And we'll find that out soon.
Yeah.
Watch out for another.
Yeah, there's always two.
There is always two. Always operate like there's multiple people in the team and not just
Where's
one.
the dead body? Am I stupid?
It's on the next floor. Like up at the top at the next floor.
Did you clear this room?
No.
Yeah, no, haven't. But I closed it.
Okay. Okay, so I'll pause here. This is a big mistake. And it comes back to bite us in just a few minutes. Always clear every room when you push up, especially in a big building like this where anybody can be hidden anywhere. We made a mistake here by not clearing. I was thinking in my head, we really should clear this, but we end up getting very hyper-focused on the guy above us. When you're pushing into a building like this, you need to make sure everything's clear so you don't get stuck. And because they played this so patiently and so well, this other team, we end up, well, let's just roll it and I'll explain what the situation that I get myself into because we don't clear this room.
Yeah, no, haven't. But I closed it.
Okay. That was somebody else.
He's upstairs. Can someone unpin an 8? Just unpin.
Yep. This tactic, the unpinning the grenade, we're not throwing the grenade. What Doc wants me to do here is unpin the grenade, see if that gets the guy above us to freak out and push down and we get an easy kill. Or, he moves around and we can pinpoint even better where they might be.
I'm uncon above me, somewhere.
And it works, but Doc gets shot. And this is where chaos ensues. Because now, as you'll find out in a minute, there's a duo. There's at least two. And we don't know that. We think it's just this one guy that we're pushing and he's upstairs. So I end up repinning the nade and pushing up. I'm just pre-firing, I know the guy shot Doc from somewhere around on the staircase. I'm just pre-firing, getting, suppressing Doc while he's uncon.
Doc, you're good. I'm dead. There's a guy in that room.
Fuck. Where's B?
I'm up. I'm in between them. When I push up, I know Doc got shot from really close because I heard the shot. So I know he has to be on this next floor. So when I turn that corner and I immediately have vision, I'm just shooting, whether I see something or not. At first I didn't. I'm just like semi-tapping my AK to try and push whoever that is back. And it works. And I end up getting a few hits because I end up, actually seeing the person that pushes up. They push upstairs. I'm holding. And as that happens, they must be communicating in Discord like we are. And they say, I unconned one, there's another one pushing me. So the friend that in the room that we didn't clear comes out and kills E.
Doc, you're good. I'm dead. There's a guy in that room.
Fuck.
At this point, Doc is already up and pushes down, but now I'm left in a situation where I'm pincered. I have a person on the floor above me, I have a person on the floor below me, and I'm in a really bad situation, and it all happened because we didn't clear that room. If we took the time to clear that room, we could have had two people pushing into that room and another person holding because we know there's someone upstairs. We could have been in a much better situation. So I'm in the situation now, and let's roll the tape and see what happens.
Where's B?
I'm up. I'm in between them. And I don't do a good job of communicating really where I'm at. I got to do a better job of communicating where I'm at.
I can't help you, B.
I have him there, but I unfortunately, because I play with my HUD off, didn't realize that, from the sprays before, I was out of ammo. So I have to quickly push back and reload. And rather than just push back to the spot I was just in, I continue to push until my gun is loaded. Because if you listen, you will hear the guy behind me realize that I'm out of ammo and he's trying to push to get another shot at me. So you just got to keep pushing, keep giving yourself as much coverage and distance between the other player as possible in this close quarter situation, and give yourself a chance to reload your weapon, because then once I do, I'm in a better position to defend myself again, obviously.
I'm holding bottom floor.
One's dead or uncon, other one's hit hard. So I hear the person upstairs reloading with a bolt action. I know how long the animation takes. I know I can get up there and get some shots off before they can get a shot off on me. But what I don't realize is that the teammate is sitting holding that corner, and I never saw him move there. So luckily he misses his spray. I go up, get a couple more shots off on the guy upstairs, and I push back down immediately, because if I stay in that position, that guy can easily push up and I'm really, really sandwiched at that point with no cover. Couldn't tell you what this guy did. He switched his gun or something and came back up at me and didn't realize he didn't have a gun, and I just absolutely peppered him. I also communicate here that one is uncon and the other one is hit hard, so that Doc knows, like, hey, you can come help me. This is a good position, a good time to push up maybe, and we can finish this thing. But Doc is already climbing up a ladder. So I clear. I know that guy was unconscious, and the other guy's upstairs really hurt, so he probably isn't gonna peek. So I just finished this one teammate off, and I know I only have a threat upstairs. So from here, all I gotta do is hold this angle. He's gotta come down. He's really screwed.
Where are you?
I don't know.
Are you on top? Someone hit me from outside. I fell down. I'm dead.
Doc again asked me where I'm at. I'm so flustered, and I got to do a better job of keeping my cool here and just communicating where I'm at, so Doc can know what to do. So what I need to do is just hold this angle. And the good thing about this angle is, if you listen to the video, you can hear the person upstairs is moving around constantly. And what he's doing is he's slowly pushing down and peeking around, trying to see where I'm at potentially. And luckily I have this wall in the way, so when he comes to that flat part in the stairs, the middle part in the stairs, he doesn't have any vision on me, so he might not know that I'm here, and this ends up really, really working to my benefit. He peeks around, he thinks that I'm not there, and in fact I am there, and I still have clear vision of that whole part of the stairway. And as soon as he turns that corner, I am open fire, and I get him right in the head. If you watch that in slow-mo, I get him right in the head. It's a kind of a lucky hip fire shot, but it's something that I've practiced and been in that position a lot to be ready for, if that makes sense. So then my immediate reaction is push upstairs. I know I'm very low in terms of loaded mags. I know the first thing I need to do is I need to reload. Two things to keep in mind. I still am under the impression that I think Doc got shot from the outside. It's still hard to tell. I don't know for sure if it was the guy upstairs or whatever. But either way, Doc got shot from outside in my head in this situation. And two, this is 1.23, the first day of experimental launch, and the servers were filled, and the airfield was the place to go. So I am just trying to be prepared to be attacked again. So the first thing I do, rather than loot the bodies, is reload my mags.
It's safe to climb up there or not, but then I got shot from outside anyways.
That's what I meant, yeah. Oh, there's people here. As we're discussing, I'm upstairs, not moving, not talking in game, so I hear zombie aggro that immediately tells me there's someone here. And I'm like, great. I'm looking at my inventory, what do I want to do? Let's drop one of these AKs. so I have the opportunity to be a little lighter, move a little bit faster. I'm silently switching, making sure I have the right things in my hotbar, taking my shoes off. And I'm doing this because, well, first of all, I'm dropping things to the ground first and then putting them in my, either on my shoulder slot with my gun, or I'm putting them in my hands. By dropping them to the ground first, by, clicking and dragging to your vicinity, or if you're on PC, you can hold left control and then left click, and that will drop it to the ground. And then when you drag it back to your hand, it does the switch silently. If you just drag things directly into your hand or you use your hotbar to put them in your hand, it makes a noise. So what I'm doing here is silently taking off, silently putting my gun on my back, silently taking my shoes off and putting them in my hand, and with no shoes on, I'm not making as loud of steps. When I realize someone's coming up, I know I'm going to hold this top floor. I'm going to make them, have that feeling of anticipation the whole time. So by holding the very top, they have to clear the entire building before they get to me. And at that point, the more you clear, in my experience, it seems like a lot of players kind of, once they start getting to the top and they see like a bunch of dead bodies, and then they get to the top and they don't really see anything, they're going to get less and less kind of on edge and let their guard down just a tiny bit, and that gives me the advantage in that moment. So my thought process is take my shoes off, silently or very quietly move and change positions, and you'll see where I go. I end up going into this corner because they clear that whole first part of the room, and then at that point, that's where I feel their guard is kind of left down, and then they won't really be expecting me to be in this little corner here. So here I have a little bit of cover with the wall, and I have a good, as soon as they turn that corner, I'll be able to easily open fire, because they'll be looking at the doorways first. There's a door to my left that they'll probably look at first. And as they come around that corner, I'm ready to shoot. They're here. They're looking. They open the door. He moves back a little bit. He's just kind of looking, assessing. And boom. He's ready. He was, he kept his gun up the whole time. He played that pretty well. He just was not expecting me to be there. He kind of let his guard down a little bit. And you can tell he probably knew that I was in this room or in this area. If you rewind and look, he is not first aiming at me. He is looking at that door first. He's starting to swing. And as he's starting to swing towards me, I'm already shooting at him, So it's just using your knowledge of how people are gonna, think about how you would push this room. What would you do first? We talked about it earlier. You clear your corners. But I know there's someone else on the staircase, so now I gotta make a play on them. I get a little bit anxious and antsy here. I just think for some reason, the best way to do this is just to straight up rush this guy. And I think it's maybe a little bit of man, I just killed 3 people. I'm feeling a little bit good about myself. I think I could win this, and I come around the corner, ready to shoot. And for whatever reason, I thought he was on the stairs, and you can hear the little boots on the floor, like he got stuck on the wall and fell. I thought he was at the top of the stairs here, and kind of got glitched and moved backwards, trying to come down the stairs. But it seems like he fell, and you heard that boots on the concrete, kind of like. It almost sounds like he stomps, but that's just him falling slightly. It seems like he fell down to the left, and that little miscue in my head really throws me, and then I have to adjust, and he's already aimed on me by the time I can get some good shots off, and, well, I die. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of that, there's a lot of good and bad in this situation. I think I make a lot of good choices, a lot of good positioning and tactical choices, but we also, as a team and as an individual, made a lot of mistakes. And the mistakes usually result in death, and all 3 of us end up dying in the end, so there you have it, right? But yeah, hopefully this video is helpful for you in learning how to PvP in DayZ. I'm going to make a lot more of these videos and use a lot of situations that I get myself into, almost on a daily basis. If you don't know, I do stream Monday through Friday, so check out my streams if you want to see some of these situations live. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see the streams, more of these videos, more guide videos, more adventure content videos, any DayZ content under the sun. I'm working my best to try and get all that stuff out and uploaded for you guys. And if you want to send me in some of your situations for me to assess what you did right and what you did wrong, feel free. I would love to review some of your footage and give you some feedback, I guess. As always, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as we just said, and give me a comment. Tell me what kind of guide content, walkthrough content that you would like to see. Let me know if you like these types of videos where I go through PvP situations, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.